Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. I want to share with you a couple things. First of all, I got to take this out, and this out. And I got to put the lid on my prime rib. Yes, I know. Mother Pee-wee is gonna come in, call me a bitch, which is fine. Good.
I'm gonna be getting more after I eat this.
That's fine. I put the lid on it. So, anyways, I just want to say I got a stimulus update for you all. It ain't gonna take too long because I've been meaning to do this, but I got into a game today, and it's time for me to unwind for the night because as soon as I get done with my YouTube vid, Chloe knows I'm going to be putting in a movie or two and passing out when I drink my whiskey. So at least Chloe can say thank you for the prime rib I made for tonight at least. And what?
Good stuff.
How is it? I had to alternate on the one seasoning, but it still was good.
Really good. And mashed potatoes complimented.
So, while we're not going to be spending all day and all night talking about prime rib, because I know, jokingly aside, sister / Mother Pee-wee would call me a bitch, which is fine. It's actually Wagyu beef, by the way, Chloe. Organic beef.
Yes. I love it.
So, I wanted to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I know you guys have been waiting for another update. I did one Friday. I do have an update for you all, too, real quick before I get the stimulus. And that is that tomorrow morning I got school to do. So, I got to finish up here and then relax. And then in the morning, I will be up. So, after school, between 12 and 2, I will be doing video, and as Chloe knows, I will also be doing a video for you guys a little longer and spreadsheet. So, but in the meantime, I want to say I've been working with Chloe on some issues. I know Chloe can be a pain in my ass, and and she's trying. So I have an update for you all on stimulus. It's kind of scary. I told Chloe, was it yesterday before I got drunk? Yeah, I think it was yesterday, right, Chloe? As you all know, we got a snowstorm coming through here still, so we've gotten about 18 inches?
Yeah.
A lot of snow. So basically, hello, Octavia. Yes, they're taking a thing. They're trying to hammer out the bill, okay? But this is more important than your $1,400, Octavia. This is worse. And Chloe encouraged me to do this video. She wanted me to do it earlier, but again, I was addicted to Animal Crossing. So
what's the topic? Is it something more important?
Something important about stimulus, all right? This is very important. Chloe said it's very important. So here's what's happening, okay? They got a lot of problems. Now, anyone who's got a child from like 0 to under 17 gets $3,000 total per kid. Problem is they're doing it in $250 monthly increments. So every month the IRS would put it in there, but this isn't the problem. Problem is I read on 7 different sites, okay, 7 different sites, no one's talking about this, and this is very big, is Medicare is going to be sliced. All right, they're going to cut Medicare down. They're going to cut Medicare and Medicaid down to cover the $1,400 stimulus checks. This is all over. You can Google it. You can look it up.
It'll be hard to get on Medicaid.
Yeah, but the point is what they're doing is they're taking a sword and they're cutting. Instead of cutting off the fat on, say, a head of beef, they're cutting the prime cuts out and giving the fat to the people. And what's happening is they're taking all that excess money that they need to pay in the reconciliation, and they're cutting funding for Medicare programs and Medicaid. So what you sit there and do, I'm getting $1,400, I am entitled, and you're an old biddy, you better think twice because your Medicaid's going to be cut and your Medicare. They're also talking about cutting food stamps. The the pandemic relief. So they want to give you $1,400, but they want to secretly backdoor and cut these programs. Yeah, okay, Octavia, I see. So what they're going to do is they're cutting Medicare and Medicaid and any other services they can to cover the almost $500 billion stimulus bill. And a lot of people don't know this. I got the first upset. Oh, cool. So Hannah emailed me finally. Been kind of worried about her. So, anyways, back to our problem. Okay, so stimulus checks are being funded by cutting out other programs. So basically, the elderly doesn't know this. The disabled don't know this. That Medicare and or Medicaid will be cut. And that means that's one way of basically cutting programs without people knowing. So I thought I'd share that with you all. So right now, as Octavia said, they're on vacation. Because they're on vacation, they won't be back till the 23rd. So right between now and the 23rd, they will be hammering out bills. Unfortunately, there's other things coming down the pipe that I don't want to talk about right now, but man, I'm talking about government things that I've heard about, okay? But the bottom line is Medicare and Medicaid, they're going to be cutting into those programs to cover the $500 billion stimulus package for $1,400. And that means they're also cutting into Medicare and Medicaid to cover the $3,000 per person. So while you sit there and say, oh, well, it's Medicare, big fucking deal. What about the people that have cancer and they're told, okay, you can go and rot and die now because we have to cut corners and you're not worth living anymore. You see, they're basically going to give benefits, cutaway benefits for people that need it to cover people that need it others, but the ones that are viable to society. Plain and simple. So the ones that's viable to society, they're going to basically keep alive because they figure they can pay back the taxes. But the worthless eaters, that's where it gets bad. To no end. And so that was something I was sitting on the shitter the other day reading the news. And Chloe, she asked me what I was talking about. And I told her, and she said, oh my God, you need to basically do a YouTube video on this. You're the only one who's talking about other people. They're talking about the complications of getting stimulus out, complications of Biden's $1.9 trillion. What they're not talking about is why the payments are being cut and where it's coming from. They had to do a budget reconciliation. That means cutting other programs to cover what needs to be done. Think about it. So, for example, I'm going to bring this up just once today, okay? My grandmother is 97 years old, adopted grandmother. They can't treat her, and they tell her to die because she's a worthless eater and she's been on disability, or retirement, I should say, for 30 years. And Chloe's met my adopted grandmother. You think, well, let me ask Chloe, even though she's stuffing her face with primer, do you think that's fair to Grandma? Think it's fair to Grandpa? To Grandma and Grandpa, they're elderly, they have medical problems. Cutting these programs, they're just saying, fuck you, go ahead and die. Whereas other people sit there and they don't care. I mean, literally. And this is why I brought up to Pee-wee today. And she said she was looking forward to my video because this is serious. This is big news. I mean, literally. I mean, look, I have a moderator who's several moderators that are ill. One being Gail, and they don't care. They'll give Gail $1,400 cut out of Medicare and Medicaid and say, "Fuck you, go and die. You got $1,400. What more do you want?" You know. And the government's not saying this. They're basically saying, "Oh, everyone gets $1,400," but Remember what I said. Even Chloe said this to me, and even my family said this to me. $1,400 at what cost? Think of it. If you had a choice, if the government was going to cut your Medicare and Medicaid, Chloe's got Medicare, by the way, or give you $1,400, would you choose to keep the Medicare and Medicaid, or would you take the $1,400? I say it's a poor decision. I mean, literally, look, they're not talking about it. I heard this from the Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune, the New York Times, the New York Post. Newspapers throughout the country are posting this, but no one's looking this stuff up. I mean, literally, I went through on the shitter the other day, and I realized this is worse than I thought. You know, they said, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And by the way, let me just tell you another thing coming down the pipe, okay? Now, Chloe and I differ on this one, but gun control. Now, problem is they're going to have to tap into some money to buy back all those weapons that Biden's proposing to ban. Where is he going to get the money? Again, he's going to tap into Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, draining the system more because of it. And by the way, has anyone realized that there's no taxes paying for these programs right now? Excuse me for 1 second. I'm picking something out of my teeth. I don't want you guys seeing me on YouTube, seeing me pick food out of my teeth. There we go. There. So, this video is short and sweet since there's not many comments tonight. And as you guys know, this is something I wanted to share with you, okay? I told you guys I would post updates, and I told you guys I would post important information. Now, I want you guys to sit on it, chew on this, wrap your noodle around this problem, and then come back to talk to me Monday or Tuesday. I'll be on Monday. Seriously, think about it. Are you willing to allow gun control to happen at the expense of people losing their Medicare and Medicaid? Trannies would love it. They're just going to fucking sell your guns upriver to get a free sex change, or supposed free sex change. But it's at the taxpayer's expense and the gun owners too. Same goes with the see, when they cut Medicare and Medicaid, they're also cutting out transgendered health care through different means. Whereas you have Medicare, you can do certain channels and get surgery covered. Now, they're going to cut out mental health. They're going to cut out transgendered health care. They're going to cut out cancer patients. They're going to turn around and say every worthless eater needs to die. And they're going to only want to fund people that aren't worthless eaters that can actually take care of themselves. Think of it. All these people, my cousin Dinky once said, when I get to retirement age, there won't be any retirement. Think about it. You don't think she's just pulling that out of her ass, do you? It's serious. I mean, you got to make a deal sometime. And when you do, you got to backdoor certain things that you don't know about. And when it does come out, it's too late. Your stimulus checks paid. At what cost to the elderly? At what cost to the disabled? They're talking about Medicare, Medicaid. Eventually, they'll talk about Social Security, SSI, veterans, railroad, survivors. I've heard so many people lately say that they're entitled to their $1,400 measly dollars and $200 a month of Social Security. Social Security cost of living was not going to be $200. They were going to give a $200 voucher for medicines. That fell through. Then it was $200 per month. That fell through. Now I got all these greedy son of a bitches on bitching about how Biden promised. Sorry to say, I can't find much on $200 a month extra on SSI, SSDI, retirement, survivors, veterans, and railroads. Hard to say. So, because it's getting late and it's almost bedtime for me, and there's not many comments, which is a blessing, on a Valentine's Day, And as you all know, gaming is more important. I figured I would get on for a few minutes. And so when I leave, you guys can all chew on this. And another thing I want to share with you all is I get emails all the time. The emails are simple. Why aren't I making new vids? I'll tell you why. All right? Because there's too many fucking clickbaiters out there making up bullshit lies. I mean, frankly, moderator Pee Wee sends me enough videos at times on stimulus updates that half of them I just can't believe. And I've told you time and time again, you can get your information from me, or you can get your information from some other lying sack of shit who's clickbaiting. I'm not a clickbaiter. I basically came on tonight on Valentine's Day after cooking and slaving in the kitchen, making me and Chloe's dinner, to tell you guys that this is coming down the fucking pipe. Literally. And just remember what I said. They're going to be doing another reconciliation for passing climate change and gun control. To do that, they're going to need excess money to buy back every one of those guns. And to do that, think about it. Who's going to be hurting? It's not going to be you, the gun owners, that have to hand over your fucking guns. It's your fucking elderly grandparents and great-grandparents and your parents who's on disability, retirement, survivors, SSI, you name it. People don't realize this. And this is why I said the other day that all these fucking people are hungry for that measly $1,400. But where's it coming from? I said this. Where's it coming from? They got to come up with it somehow. They had to use budget reconciliation, which means they had to reconciliation or reconnoiter, as some call it, a new budget of $1.9 trillion, which the Republicans are allowing it because they know that they're going to fucking control both House and Senate soon when Grandma and Grandpa can't get their medicine and Grandma and Grandpa can't cover their Medicare and anything else because their fucking programs were cut deeply to cover $1,400 stimulus checks.
Do you predict this will lead to GOP House and Senate?
Don't know. I'm just speaking my thoughts until God gives me something. You guys, let me put it this way, Chloe. Don't worry about it, okay? I'm giving the viewers here with this short video tonight, live, to sit on it and rotate, okay? Sit on it and wrap your brain around all this, because what I'm telling you is facts. You don't see the clickbaiters saying, they're just like, 1,400 coming out, you're going to get 1,400, oh yeah, we're all getting 1,400, oh yeah. At what cost? I'm probably the only one on YouTube that's telling you your Medicare and Medicaid is going to be cut first. Then when they can't and they have to do gun control and everything else, they're going to cut more programs. So, am I looking forward to 1,400? No. Why? Because someone's got to pay it, and it ain't coming out of our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. They're going to cut out the worthless eaters. They're going to cut corners secretly. And this is the most scariest thing I've ever fucking read lately. And I got an email from Sister Pee Wee. Excuse me for 1 minute. I'm going to read you Sister Pee Wee's email. She said, I had not read anything about this, so I'm totally uninformed. When you go online, will be the first I've heard about it. Well, there you go, Sister Pee Wee. You heard it from me. Been watching weird movies. Yeah, well, I would be watching weird movies too. Why do you think I've been playing games like crazy? I just don't want to fucking deal with this. So, and it says there'll be a notification for when it's going out. So, So Hannah basically emailed me something. Excuse me for 1 second. I gotta use the bathroom, but I want you guys to think for a second, okay? Think about it. Chloe basically couldn't believe it. She's the one that encouraged me to do this video. She said, make it short, make it sweet, make you guys think. I mean, literally, this is what's coming down the fucking pipe. And yet, Chloe's on Medicare. I'm on Medicare. Pee-wee's on Medicare and Medicaid. Gail's on Medicare and Medicaid. And Gail, knew that her $1,400 was being cut out of Social Security, out of Medicare to cover it. She'd probably tell them to keep it. Otherwise, they'll just kill her off. Because, well, she's a worthless eater. So am I, so is Chloe, so is everyone else in the country. Excuse me one second. Or almost everyone. Ugh. All right. So, good food, isn't it? So, before I go, everyone, like I said, I want you guys to think about it. All right. There's too many people out there asking when their check's coming. Now, I've said it time and time again. Wait and see. So, my opinion is the American people don't know what's coming down the pipe. And yet everyone's sitting there saying, just pass stimulus, give us our money. At what cost? At what cost? Think about it. Chew on it. Wrap your noodle around your noggin, because it's not pretty. I mean, literally, I was sitting on the shitter. What was it, 3 a.m? Something like 3 a.m, when it came up that said Social Security is going to get deep, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid is going to get deep cuts to pay for $1,400 stimulus. They had to do it somehow. Now it's coming out, and yet everyone, Florida. So Hannah's in Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been away too long, but think about it. Everyone, think about it. Do you really want your fucking $1,400 if it's going to take away from the elderly and stuff? Hell, if you all want your $1,400, have at it. But I'm not going to be the one to be blamed when you guys see your grandparents and your great-grandparents die because they can't get the treatment they need because you greedy son of a bitches wanted money. Plain and simple. Look at what me and Pee-wee's warned you about time and time again. Country's going communist. This is the way to weed them out. Keep the children that can work till they're elderly and then kill them off. Using everyone as humanoid slaves. Think of it. And then baby poppers, and you basically program them to be slaves. I mean, literally, this is what we're getting ourselves into. And yet no one sees it. I mean, literally, this is worse than I thought. There's too many people out there wanting their fucking money. And I just can't. I can't comprehend anymore, okay? I've had enough prime rib in me. I've had a couple shots of whiskey. I'm ready to unwind for the night. Just veg out, sleep. Get up in the morning and and play my game again. Because when I get up 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I will go straight to my game, as Chloe knows. And then, after my game, I will go to school. And then after school, I will get on YouTube to give you another update. Remember, Mondays is my usual video update because it's Valentine's Day. I thought I'd spill it early, okay? When I get done with spreadsheets, I'm going back to my game, and you guys aren't going to hear from me until the following Monday. Tomorrow is a holiday, so I got to make sure to check on something anyways real quick. I got a steak marinating for one of my friends, so that's how nice I am. Small steak, but still steak. So, just to let you know, I'm still having stomach problems. That's another reason why I've not been online lately. I know Pee-wee and the rest are worried about my stomach. So, but I'll have to email Hannah eventually and find out why she's in Florida. You got food? Huh? You got food, please? You got a few bits left. When you eat those up, I'll feed you some more. So, unless you guys have any comments or suggestions, your stimulus update is really simple. I want you to think. I want you to think about it. Think about it wholeheartedly. Do you need $1,400? Do you want to take away from someone else to get your $1,400? $1,400. Let's just talk about this for a second. The report's coming in that $1,400 will make it last till September. How many fucking people can make $1,400 last to September? That's if you eat $1 a day and a bag of one pack of ramen a day for 30 days. You might be able to get away with it. Or maybe 2 packs of ramen a day for 30 days. You see? They're basically saying $1,400 can last. It'll pay people's bills. Some people's rent's $1,200. I mean, look. Let me show you a joke. I just picked up 24 things of ramen. Dirt cheap. Usually I don't buy much ramen. I have plenty here at home, but I want roast chicken, and trying to get roast chicken's another story. I also ordered some on Amazon recently, but that's because I like creamy chicken. But unless someone's going to be living on a ramen diet from now or until the stimulus check comes into their banks to September, people are going to basically see it go down to shitter. Think of it this way. The other problem is, again, thank you for saying nobody, Octavia. I'm glad you're here with us. Another problem is $1,400, okay? Now, Chloe and I were talking about people in general. So I was playing Animal Crossing the other day, and Chloe said to me, she says, Rita, do you have the reports and the numbers of people that are on Social Security, retirement, maybe survivors, both retirement survivors, etc., the numbers. How many of them will take the $1,400? Octavia, you might like the numbers here because I'm talking about numbers right now. Spreadsheet expert and junkie on spreadsheets. I'm addicted to spreadsheets at times. Every one of the people on Social Security, disability, let me rephrase that, retirement, and survivors, 99% of them will put it in the bank. They want to lower the threshold. They don't think $75,000 for a single person or $150,000 for a married couple is sufficient. They want to lower it to between $40,000 and $50,000 for a single person, possibly $35,000. To $70,000 to $100,000 for the payments, right? Because they say anyone who makes more than $150,000 is doing quite well in this country, as Chloe was asking me the other day. And I asked Chloe specifically. Chloe can answer this, or I can answer for her as usual, because Chloe and I conversed about it, was how many of those people that make $150,000 or $100,000 who hasn't struggled that much in their life needs that money, and would they put it in the economy? And I said to Chloe, No. They'll put it in the bank. So that's 97% of those people that make 100 to 150,000 a year would bank it. They wouldn't fucking spend a dime of it. That leaves the lowest and poorest of classes buying groceries, medicine, toiletries, toilet paper, paper towels, etc. food. Yet, the elderly, the retirees, the survivalists, the survivors, they're all getting extended food stamps right now. So, again, my argument's valid, is why should we be giving these fuckers $1,400? Now then, Chloe turned, and here's the other numbers. Now we've talked about survivors and retirement. All right. Now a lot of people on survivors of retirement are on Medicare. So if and when, and there's people out there watching my channel that'll get the gist of this, would you give up a big chunk of Medicare funding for a stimulus check? A lot of people say, fuck it. They're not going to need Medicare because Medicare is obsolete or dead. Well, here's the other problem on Medicare and Social Security. Numbers came back. And I'll go down the list. 94% of people with the Veterans Administration getting benefits would bankroll it. 94. That's 3 programs I've talked about out of 6. You see where I'm going with this? 6% would put it towards the economy. 6. Because they get veterans, most of them live in low-income housing. They're not suffering as much. Wow. But the government wants to give everyone $1,400, but they're not telling me a reason why or where the money's coming from. Now, what about railroad? Most of the people that get a railroad pension are usually 99% of them are retired or survivors, railroad workers. Most of them live comfortably. 91% would bankroll it in the bank. That just leaves disability insurance and SSI. Now, again, Chloe was asking me again. Hold on a sec. So, and I was just saying something about Florida, and I was like, this first I've heard about it, I haven't seen any emails. My computer's, well, I got so many emails I have to go through anyways. It's probably buried with the other 950 or 1,000 I haven't even read, asking about stimulus. Now, the last 2 programs. Glad hopefully you're still with me, Octavia, because this is scary. The only ones that would put it towards the economy and not in the bank would be 99% of people would spend it in the economy that has SSI. They don't give a shit. But if the SSI people knew that it cut into Medicare and they had Medicaid, which most people have SSI as Medicaid, they wouldn't care. But because it's tapping into Medicaid funds too, they might. Think about it. Now you're wondering, what's the numbers of the SSDI, disability insurance? I just said 99% of SSI people would spend that money. They wouldn't care. They wanted a good time, let them have it. They wouldn't care if Medicare was cut. Now, SSDI, most of those people, most of them, about 80% of them are on Medicare. Those are the people that would think twice of taking a stimulus check, knowing it was tapping into their Medicare to cover it. Yeah. But the truth of the numbers are 96% of SSDI people would put it into the economy. The government says 1,400 is all that's left. They're saying by all these big wigs that 1,400 will get people through. Yeah. But the truth is, and Chloe got this the other day when I asked her, and I gave her the numbers. I said, "What's that tell you?" And Chloe said, "Tells me that most of these motherfuckers are already on government dole, and $1,400 would last them till Christmas." Yeah, because they're already getting a monthly check. They can just put it under their mattress and live off of it, and restocking their toilet paper and paper towels and riding the storm out comfortably. Whereas the elderly and the disabled would bankroll it. Not to mention, Chloe turned and said to me, "What about the struggling families, the ones that's nearly on the poverty line? What about them and their money?" I said, "Those are the smartest ones." And Chloe said, "How?" "Those are the ones that know that $1,400 won't stretch to September." What's these people? They just want a free handout, even if it costs someone else something important. You see? E for what? You see? Think about it. Think about it, everyone. I want you to think about it and get back to me tomorrow. All right? Because it's almost bedtime for me. Chloe knows I've done a lot of stuff today for her, cooking and cleaning and everything else, and preparing a maid, and So I'm not following you, Hannah, sweetheart. Are you talking about me and what I know? Because, like I said, moderator Pee Wee turned around and could not believe it. She said this is the first she's even heard about it. I've been following up on it off and on while playing games. Literally, I turned my game system off temporarily to go take a shit, and I'd be reading up every piece of info I can to make this video properly. Even though it's Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to you all, by the way. It's scary, literally, that unless people have money, they can live on their savings and not.
I've heard that.
What is that? What are they doing?
Kicking the wall. That's
Why?
what they're doing. Because they're kicking the wall.
Do you want to report it to the manager?
I'll send a letter tonight.
Man, I'm not even doing anything. I wish they'd fucking shut up.
She's raising those kids and not properly. She doesn't raise her children properly. She doesn't care about them. All she wants is money out of them. She'll throw them a bone every now and then. Well, she makes money off of them.
Then why is someone like me, who's not even being loud, is getting the wall kicked at?
See, the neighbor upstairs, he wouldn't be stomping that fast. He would just be stomping like, doom, like an
Yeah,
elephant.
but we're not doing anything.
Yeah. That's coming from next door. Does that sound like a children's thunderstorm? Or upstairs, it sounds like an elephant, or a giant with the same B5
Yeah. So, anyways, everyone, like I said, I'll check my email, Hannah. So, anyways, all right, I see what you're saying, Hannah. So, you can trust me. I won't share anything. I'm usually not online anymore, anyways. So my gaming takes precedent, but I won't share it with anyone. I'll probably watch it early in the morning while everyone else is sleeping. It works. That's what I've been doing lately, anyways, when I do watch videos. So, for the rest of you out there, it is almost 7 p.m. I wanted to get this video out to you all. See, Chloe's trying to be polite, not being combative. But there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. And the reason I'm not doing stimulus videos that often is because we don't have the answers. All I have is wait and see. Wait till the package comes out. Wait till the package is on the Senate floor and the congressional floor. Then we all know what will happen. So, but you guys got to think about it. You guys got to think about this. You guys got to ask yourselves, is it really worth losing your own benefits to pay for someone else's who's struggling, who might not be struggling, to get your elderly and disabled killed faster because these people want money now? Remember what me and Pee Wee said several months ago? We said, and we both quote this: are you willing to sell your own country up river for a paycheck? And when the money runs out, then what? Are you willing to sell your country for $1,400? Because once the money's gone, they'll cut into with the reconciliation, Medicare and Medicaid. They might even tap into Social Security to cover gun buybacks. Think of it. They'll do whatever they can to kill off the worthless eaters. And now we're seeing the fucking truth. I want you guys to think about it. $1,400. Are you willing to give up grandma and grandpa's life, cut their Medicare and Medicaid down for $1,400? Think about it. Ask those questions. Chew on it. Wrap your noodle around your head. Wrap your brain around it. And get back to me. All right. Any questions or comments before I go? This video has gone too long. And frankly, I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. So, gamer mods, I want you to think about that. You're asking, where's your money? Think about it. Are you willing to kill knowing grandma and grandpa and your parents, if they're on Medicare and Medicaid, let them cut those programs in half or more for $1,400 right off the top? Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security has a trust fund set up for those. You tap into them. Other people suffer. Is it worth it? I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that don't give a shit. They're on SSI and they don't care. $1,400 goes a long ways to them. But as Chloe said, and Pee Wee said, and I said, when it's gone, it's gone. That's it. It ain't coming back. So think about it wholeheartedly before you sit there and say, where's my fucking money? I'm sorry. But Chloe said it best. Chloe said it best the other day. She doesn't want $1,400. She looked at me face to face while sitting on the floor while I was taking a shit, with the door literally cracked so I could hear her. And she says, I don't want it. If this isn't a takeaway from everyone else, why should others suffer for a measly, paltry $1,400? There you have it. That said, think about what I said. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Look for another video tomorrow after my school. Thanks for tuning in. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe buttons, hold some funding for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Thanks for watching, and God bless you in everything you do.